Whoa, 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 hey, 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 hey!
Now look, I don't know what the deal with this guy is. I've seen him everywhere and he has committed everything. Arson, murder, Grand Theft Auto, why is he holding a Molotov? I later found out that this guy came from a game called OneShot. It's a game made from using an edited version of RPG Maker that features some cat carrying a big ass light bulb. At first, I didn't really know much about the game, other than the fact that this cat thing exists and probably broke a bunch of Geneva Convention laws. So why the hell am I even talking about this game? Well, one, you got a cat. For another, you only have one shot to play this game. If you quit at any point in the game, not only do you kill the main character, but you also end the game itself, letting you know about the fact that you just killed the guy and that there's nothing you could do about it. At least not in the Steam version. The Steam version is more like 2 shots. Alright, despite the game's title meaning a little bit less in the Steam version, I still found this game to pull off some of the freaking weirdest things I've ever seen a game do. What the frick did he just do to my wallpaper? And all this started just because a cat woke up from his bed and realized that he wasn't even home anymore. And you know, when I was like touring around the freaking basement, I didn't even realize that this game is gonna be starting off so dark and bleak. I mean, it has a freaking cat guy as a character, for Christ's sakes. I thought it was gonna be like something uplifting or cute, but like, no, instead I got this freaking Twitter user of a computer that just doxed my username and like threatening me with something, I don't know. And then this robot gets me mixed up with God and then asks me for my name, and I gave him this shit name that I'm already regretting. Please let me go back. And then apparently this robot is telling me that I have to screw in a light bulb just to save the world. So anyways, I went ahead and explored a little bit, and as I explored, I saw how the place is like so freaking hazardous and dark. Not to mention lifeless to the point that only shrimp and robots live here. It really brings to life that, holy shit, they have. After exploring a little bit and feeling stupid after not knowing how to make a battery in a barren wasteland, I met this Twitter user again. And I decided to talk to the guy to, you know, just like settle our differences. Maybe we got off the wrong hook. But no, he just injected my computer with a bunch of text files. So you're telling me that you got a multi-felon cat inside of a 4x3 game that messes with your computer files just to solve puzzles in order to screw in a light bulb just to get this cat back home. This game is amazing. Apparently to go to the next zone, I legit had to do some chemistry just to get this robot going, and which had me walking around the map like 7 times just to figure out that this bubble of fart needed to get some Johnson & Johnson. But I mean, all that was kind of worth it because of this cool ass cinematic they showed of Nico getting to the next island, which was really cool. I look at him, bro. I'm gonna be honest, this place was probably my favorite region in the game just because of how fleshed out everything is. It's so fleshed out to the point that everybody has their own roles to do and their own personalities. Like, you got this one guy that's fishing, you got this other guy that's just like herding goats, and I find that hilarious. I don't know what's a goat doing in a fish island. And sometimes it takes an entire country's GDP just to put something like that into a game. And then I met this guy again, which, you know, he changed my wallpaper. On to the next region. It's basically New York City, but red. But I mean, this place has got the best people you could talk to here. You got a clock guy, literal drug dealer, a guy stuck in an elevator who stole this guy's stapler. They're pretty chill to talk to. When the world ends, would it be better if it was gone in an instant or slowly fading away? Who just says that? I've only played the game for about 3 hours, and there's not a single place I've been to that didn't make me chill. It does take a lot of time for you to get invested with its world, but it does it so well to the point that everywhere I go, there's a different person to talk to with different things going on. And practically everyone is a complete opposite of one another. And it's almost like a game doesn't need an entire country's GDP to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate books. They're literally nothing but instructions to imagine a story. It's a freaking monotonous task that does nothing but feed you information that the author tries to give you in the hopes of having a
rule, if a phosphor loses its glow entirely, it cannot be relit.
Phosphor shrimp, also known as aquatic invertebrates,
vernaculars due to the shape of their
coat. Alright, I kind of like the lore in the game. There isn't much to read about it, which I like. It's a subtle explanation of why we found the stuff the way it is, like why there's cloves all over the place, what these shrimp do. But I mean, it doesn't explain how weird this game is, and I love the fact that they don't. I found this potted plant, potting plants, and then this fishbowl that's tending to a bunch of other fishbowls, and it really shows that the people that made this game really just wanted to make whatever the hell they wanted. Whether it's going to be a detailed implication of how this one object works in the world, or literally just making something out of pure just freaking giggles and laughs. And it's so hard to find any game that does that anymore. So after I fixed the camera, snapped my pic, falsified my identity, breached the library, translated this book, went to sleep, had a nightmare, woke up, got the translated version of the book back, and then read it, I finally realized that I'm at the end of the game. Now, if you're thinking about why I put a spoiler warning after the fact that I've talked about the game for about 6 minutes, it's because if you're still thinking about playing the game, it's best that you should play it right now since there's still a lot to the game I haven't talked about yet. And I actually don't know how to end this spoiler warning, so looking back at the game, I thought it was going to be some really long journey about a cat trying to screw in a light bulb and a computer that's just trying to stop you from doing that. But there's a lot more about it than I thought. Dude, that's a cat on a Roomba. That's like the pinnacle of funny. It's because I relate to an absurd amount of people here. I like how this robot was vibing for who knows how long. This chicken I found is funny as hell. The way this guy acts makes me want to give him my entire inventory. This plant made me depressed as hell. I will crave for this person to be in my life until the day I die. This guy still won't tell me the time. And I want to know what this guy's favorite channel is. But the only way I can keep these guys alive is if I frickin' screw in this light bulb and save the world. But there's a catch. The catch was probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make in a game. Either keep every person I love in the game alive, but also keep Nico trapped in the game forever. Or have Nico finally go back home, which was the reason why we set out this entire adventure in the first place. But doing so kills the already dying world in the process. So basically, it's either save the whole dying world, or this boy's life. I know the best way to solve this. If I flip heads, he dies. Alright, on a genuine note though, despite the fact that there's literally a decision to save hundreds of lives, I still felt bad because the guy never even asked to be in this situation. He's literally just a kid that's away from his home, from his family, from his frickin' pancakes, and he's always reminded the fact that he's lost everything. Hell, I'd give the world so this kid can stop crying and go back home, only to hesitate when I'm actually able to do that. So after thinking about it for about 3 hours, I ended up not ending the world. Why did I make that name?